We verge onto the negative sometimes, although we're a very positive show. So let's end on a positive note. Are the 49ers the team to beat in the NFC West? And even if they aren't, let's say that they are, or make the case that they could be.
Okay, I think they are.
All right, tell me why.
Let me start off. Let me start off with why the other teams aren't.
All right, okay.
Arizona, forget them. Can we just write them off, Arizona?
Yes.
Okay, so now we're talking about two teams.
Yes.
Seattle is a very good team, but basically they're a quarterback who runs around a lot.
Yes, who's getting older?
Who's getting older, who gets hit, who's been getting hit,
yes.
Sacked a lot. They have a crummy offensive line.
It's worse than the Niners.
Yeah. So it's still a very good team, but it's not an elite team, I don't think.
It's not getting better. It's slowly eroding and getting you're right.
And although the Rams got Matthew Stafford, and you say, oh, they got Matthew Stafford, they're going to win the Super Bowl. You got to do it. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, Matthew Stafford has been the most mediocre quarterback his entire life. And people still think he has promise because he has a strong arm and he's been on a bad team. But really, he's like a 500 quarterback. So we'll see what he does. I mean, the Niners beat the Rams last year with freaking Nick Mullins. So we'll see about the Rams.
And what I want to say about the Niners, obviously, we have issues about quarterback, but they do too. And they're trying to figure it out.
Yes.
They're a hell of a team, Iggy, on offense and defense. And they're, in terms of talent, I think they're the best team in their division.
Who are we talking? The Niners?
The Niners.
The Niners. Because with the Rams are losing a lot. They lost their defensive coordinator. He's now the head coach somewhere. They've lost a lot of their assistant coaches because they've been such a hot team the last 3 years. Every position coach, coordinator has been promoted and taken other places. So they're kind of gutted right now. And they have a ton of money wrapped up in two quarterbacks. They're still paying Jared Goff. They couldn't get him off the books. So they have a team that's kind of thin in other places. They have big weaknesses.
And I'll say it again, I think the Niners are the most talented team in the division. And I want everybody to hear that.
Yeah.
Grant and I are agreeing on this, that the Niners are the most talented team in the division. Their issue, I believe, is quarterback, but they're aware of it and they're working on it. And we don't know what their solution is. I'm not going to write them off saying they're going to louse it up. Let's see. I'm open-minded. But I think they are the team to beat in their division. And you know what? I don't cover them anymore, but I empathize with you. I'd want to cover the team, one, that I think is the best team in the division, and two, that has a problem to solve, that has a puzzle, not a problem, a puzzle, the quarterback puzzle. I want to see how they'll do it. These are two dramatic possibilities that, for me, would really pump me up to cover a team.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's important to remember why more people don't think the 49ers are the team to beat in the NFC West. It's all about Garoppolo. If Jimmy Garoppolo could stay healthy for 16 games, I think the Niners would be the consensus team to beat in the NFC West. Everyone would think they're the best, but they have the worst quarterback in the division who can't even stay healthy, and that's a deal break. No one takes that team seriously. No one takes that team seriously.
Yeah, it's the big issue with that team.
But think about it. If they could count on Jimmy, he's good enough. If he could just stay healthy, he's good enough. And they'd be in a position where they'd have a good quarterback, a serviceable plus quarterback, the number 3 pick in the draft, and the ability to pick someone who's going to be a Hall of Famer, a Hall of Fame tackle, a Hall of Fame tight end. They'd be thinking, oh my God, this team's an all-star team. But that's not where they are. They're now having to either take a quarterback who could totally not work out or trade for Aaron Rodgers. They got to get creative, and they have to get this right. Otherwise, all that talent will be wasted.
Okay, I'm going to say something. You made a very good point. They have to get creative. Iggy, I'm saying that they'll get creative.
All right.
I'm going to give them a vote of confidence.
Me too. Me too.
Okay.
I'm giving them a vote of confidence, and Mike
giving them a vote of confidence. They're in the position to move ahead. Look. John Lynch is as bright as we are. He went to Stanford. You didn't even go to Stanford. You got rejected.
I know, and I was a legacy. They were like, "Oh, we really probably should let him in, right?"
You got on the waiting list, but you didn't get in.
Let's put him on the wait list. Let's put him on the wait list. Yeah,
we'll put them on the wait list. So, in any event, he's a smart guy. I think he understands better than we do what he's up against. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. I'm optimistic. They're going to really be able to figure this out with Jimmy or a combination of Jimmy and somebody else or somebody else. I'm going to say I'm picking them to win their division.
Ooh, I like it. I like it. I'm not going to go that far, but I'm not going to pick against them. I like it, Dad. All right, let's answer some questions. A couple. Melvin the Magnificent donates $25, which is going to me and not my dad. Thank you, Melvin. First, I want to say, Lowell, you are an awesome dude. Can you adopt me? No, I'm an only child. Absolutely not. Grant, will you be live for draft night? I gotta figure out the format for draft night. Let me get back to you on that. I'll be live at some point. I don't know if I can be live during the picks because I have to like write articles and do other things. So at some point I will be, but probably not the entire time.
Yeah,
I'll
he
think
has
about
a
it.
job. He works.
I got a job. Yeah, it's a thing.
He works for the great Sports Illustrated.
John says easy. Take Pitts at 3 and draft Kellen Mond in the 2nd. That's what I would do. I know my dad thinks it's crazy. I know you can't. They didn't trade up to take Kyle Pitts. But here's the thing, Dad. It's funny. I found a quote from Kyle Shanahan from 2018 from the draft saying, you know, if there is another Julio Jones out there, you trade up for him. It doesn't matter the price. There's not that many of him on the planet. Well, this guy's even bigger and faster than Julio Jones. I know they didn't do it, but if they did it, I would be so impressed. I would be so impressed because they would get so much flack from the media, but it just might work out. Who cares what the media think? Everyone praised him when they drafted Solomon Thomas. I don't know if you remember that. They drafted Solomon Thomas and Reuben Foster in the same day, and people said, this is John Lynch coming out swinging. So you never know. Media doesn't know. Anyway.
No, the media doesn't know, including us.
Right. We don't know.